out here, and we just wanted to do the news today.
Yeah.
And we're out in nature, enjoying it. And we just thought it would be different.
I think it's so nice out here. Plus, we're talking about some things in the news today that are, a little bit more environmentally friendly. So, yeah, I think this would be great.
No cars, no driving.
No, definitely not. We're just going out here, just some walking.
No driving, really? I can't do this.
Nah. Welcome to the news.
The news!
That's right, the news. It's been a while since we've been here, but we have some things we want to talk about.
Yeah, we don't care about Audis and German cars and Porsches burning off on fire in the coast. And we might talk about how every exotic car maker is now making SUVs. But we do have some specific things we do want to talk about.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
So, the big thing that I wanted to talk about for me was the new i7 from BMW.
Okay.
It's like 536 horses, 430 some torque, something like that. I think it's got a 300-mile range.
Is it electric?
Yeah, so it's electric. You can get it in a couple of different options. But the main i7, obviously, because it's the i7 and not just the 7 Series, the i7 is fully electric. So they do have something cool that I really thought was interesting, was the fact that they're saying that the motor is more sustainable because they're using a different technology in the motor.
Oh, okay. Are you sure it's not powered by hamsters?
It could be. It could be. Static electricity.
It must be the really woolly hamsters then.
But let's talk about the reality behind this car. First of all, BMW has gone double down, all in, deep on outrageously oversized, hideous grills. It's like the entire market has been yelling at you now since you did this. We don't really love it. It's okay, we don't really like it.
Yeah.
And they go, well, if you don't really like that, you really won't like this.
That's right.
Here it is.
Yes, I have to agree with you there. It is one of those. It's like, ooh, what is that? What are we looking at here?
Well, my note on this that I took is really perfect for this car. I said it's the car to take the car out of cars.
Think about that one.
It just, nothing about this vehicle really screams car. When you look at the shape and the design, the grille is pushed up all the way to the top now. It's extended up over into the hood. The headlights are pushed up to the top now.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Everything's pushed up. It's starting to look like cars are starting to look like SUVs. And SUVs are starting to look like SUVs. And we've already talked about the Kia Carnival, and it's a van that looks like an SUV. And Lotus is making SUVs, and everything is about SUVs, even with electric cars.
It is. Even though these manufacturers are saying, yeah, well, we're going to keep making cars, they're like, well, we're just going to make these cars look like an SUV because they seem like they're the most popular thing.
They're being sold. They're being sold. And all the new designs for every other car that you're seeing, headlights are up in the sky.
Yeah.
They're all up high to make it look like it's taller, to make it, give it a feeling like it's higher up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that bothered me about the design. I love the 7 Series of BMWs. I think they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't love them as much as I love the big old ES from Lexus, but I still like them. The big giant screen in the back for you to do your work on, or to take your teleconferences on, or whatever you're going to do.
I mean,
are you really doing that?
Who's driving 3 and 4 hours to get to their office?
I know. I just don't.
Who's driving 3 and 4 hours anyway?
that package for that screen, it's a, what they say it was, it's like a 31-inch screen, something in the back.
What?
The TV screen comes down and basically separates you from the front.
Okay.
It's a $4,500 package.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. $4,500 package. For that. But hey, you're spending six figures on a car. What's $4,500?
Oh, that's true. Does it have the seating in the back that is reclining?
Yeah, the seating in the back is fantastic. It's got an LED screen off to the side on your armrest on the door that controls everything. The oddest thing that I learned about this car is that the soundtrack from the i7, the sounds that the car makes, all of them, are crafted by none other than Hans Zimmer himself.
Oh boy.
I mean, listen, it's a 7 Series. You could get it in a V6. You could get it in a V8.
Yeah.
Or you can have the hybrid model. But at the end of the day, it's still ugly. So,
how about a Mercedes CLA 35? AMG.
An AMG, yeah.
AMG. Now that, for some reason, if in the hatchback form, I'm a fan of the hatchbacks. I don't know if anybody knows that or not. I think if you watch the show, you haven't seen it. But now, this year, since AMG is celebrating their 55th anniversary, Mercedes is like, why don't we come up with some additions, some special editions for this celebration? And they've come up with one for the CLA and the A35 in Europe. They call it the Edition 55 package. Now, it comes with, the color of the paint is, it's called a digital white, I think is what it is. I think it's a special color.
Is it only one color?
I think it comes in two colors. I think it comes in the digital white and a black.
I thought I saw a black on
yeah,
it. Yeah,
that's the only two colors you can get. So this Edition 55 package actually has some aerodynamic parts that are on the outside of it. They consist of a front splitter, a rear wing, and some side sills.
Oh, okay.
This just help it look a little bit better, give a little bit
a little bit more kick.
Yeah, it makes it a little bit more distinctive if you're seeing the two side by side. So
well, I mean, but I said this the other day to you. I said when it's an AMG, you know it's an AMG.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And this car, it actually does have. They want to make sure that you do know that it's an AMG. Even the fuel door itself actually has the AMG logo on it.
Okay,
so it's
it up.
Yeah. And if you don't know that it's an AMG on the outside, if you look on the inside, the door sills have the logo in red. The inserts in the door and the inserts in the seat all have the AMG logo on it. The thing about it is in this whole new package, the engine itself, there's no tweaks to the engine. It's still the same.
So it's the same.
Horse.
Yeah, 300 horse.
Inline
turbocharged inline 4.
Yep. Yep. Same torque. So all you're basically spending the money for is these extra little bits on the outside, cosmetic bits.
Aero package.
An aero package. And
well, how much extra is it? Is the edition?
That's a good question that you asked.
No, that is a good question.
$13,000. Woo! For this package.
Man, the CLA 35 is like a $50,000 vehicle.
Yeah, that's right. It's up there.
But that's the AMG, though.
Yes, that's right.
And that's, for an AMG spec car, that's actually really good in today's market, I think.
Yeah.
Can you blow it up? Yeah, you can blow it up with some options.
Sure.
This is a big option. If you're a Mercedes person, you probably have the money.
Yeah.
If you're buying an AMG, you know, I mean, so I'm not going to bark at that too much.
Yeah. I can admire the fact of what's actually under the hood. The performance figures of that car are, I mean, that's like the pinnacle of any type of a hatchback right now, a hot hatch.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's the leader right now when it comes to the performance. But you got to like Mercedes. That's what it is.
So, in continuing to talk about electric vehicles, big news from Mercedes is
yeah.
on their EQXX.
A name worthy of 2 X's, not just one.
Yeah. As long as it's not 3 X's, you're good to go.
We're good with that one, yeah. It's completely different talk we're having there.
You couldn't put it on YouTube if it was 3 X's.
No.
I mean, their big thing here is their range, right? That's what they're going about. 600-mile range on one charge.
200 miles more than a Tesla.
Yeah. 600 miles, I mean, that's good. I mean,
yeah,
that's impressive, but there's a problem with that. There's a problem with how they got it and what they're saying. That you can't get too wild and crazy about this value that they're throwing out of 600 miles and be like, man, we finally getting somewhere.
Yeah.
This is on a car that you can't buy, and a car that has been massaged so much.
Oh, yes.
That no road car would even come close to that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, are we talking about reality here, or are we talking about another situation where Mercedes is still trying to sell us on their electrical capabilities, but yeah.
Well, they're throwing in their development on the electrics, but they're also throwing in the aerodynamic part of it. So they're having designers do the more aerodynamic part of it, where the car actually it's a little bit more slippery, I guess you want to say. The drag on the car is like 0.17 as compared to like an Aventador, which is 0.38. So it's you know how slick those things look.
Yeah.
There are some aerodynamic things that they're putting on it, like the wheels themselves. They're magnesium.
They're magnesium light.
They're light, and plus they have a clear coating over them, like a clear cover, that doesn't allow any air to get into them. The other thing is the rear track of the car, the way that it's made, it's actually smaller. It's actually thinner at the rear end than it is in the front, to help that to give that bubble of air going around it, so it makes it look like a teardrop going down the road, I think.
Yeah, and it does have like that speed tail rear end.
Yes.
And it's hideous looking to me, I think.
Oh,
it's got a horrific rear end.
Yeah.
But again, it's all done to try and get this 600 miles out of it. Like everything that they've done here was trying, let's see the max that we can get out of it. And then, you know, I don't even think their speeds were that high. Like the highest speed that they got was like 80-some miles an hour or something like that.
Oh, so they're not even, okay.
And so, like, I think the car's only got like 240 horses or something. It's not running high horsepower.
Okay.
The car is 110% about efficiency.
Yeah.
And what they can do. And the batteries have been massaged by F1, right?
That's right, yes, by the F1 team, that's right.
It's cool. 600 miles. Great job, Mercedes. Big hand clap.
Great.
Doesn't matter. We can't buy the car, and we probably won't see that tech show up in another car for another year.
Or 10.
So, yeah. I mean, great. It's fantastic news. It gives me hope, but we've got to get there for every other electric car to get, to make it valid. And then maybe things will be more acceptable, to me at least.
Yeah, to me as well. Yeah! See you next time.
See you guys! Remember to like and subscribe, and we got more content coming out this year. We'll see you there! Woo-hoo!